What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome back to the Tactic Tester with Bayer Leverkusen. As you can see by the league table, we're still in second position, 2 points clear of Leipzig, who have overtaken Augsburg. Augsburg have absolutely choked. They have a draw and 2 straight losses in the last 3 games, while Leipzig are on some of the best form in the Bundesliga. They have won 6 straight games and have only conceded 1 goal, including a win over Bayern Munich. Werder Bremen, who are like top 10. I don't know where Hoffenheim are, but Cologne are top 10. So, yeah, that's extremely impressive. So, I wasn't sure we had to worry about them, but I think we really have to worry about them. Hoffenheim are not doing well. But yeah, I think we have to really worry about Leipzig. They're 2 points behind us, and doesn't look like they're going to lose anytime soon. Fortunately, their schedule gets a little bit tougher in the next 2 games. They have Dortmund, who are doing 8th, not that great. Wolfsburg, who are 5th. Then they have a cupcake in the last game of the season, Union Berlin, while we have Dortmund in the last game of the season. So that might be the game it comes down to, and I'm not too optimistic. We're away at Dortmund, so I'm not too optimistic about that result or that fixture. So it's going to be tough. We might finish 3rd, but we still have a chance. It's in our hands. We don't have many games left. Obviously, there's at most 3 games left in the Europa League. We have Arsenal today with the first and second leg of the semi-final. And then we've got 3 games left in the Bundesliga. So we're getting towards the pointy end of the season. And everything comes down to how we play right now. We did play 1 game since I last saw you. We played Eintracht Frankfurt, who were 5th in the league at the time. And we beat them 2-0. It was a very good result. We were the much better team. Demirbay, just absolutely fantastic again. If you need a set piece guy or just an attacking or central midfielder, I wouldn't play him in I don't think what are his defensive abilities like? They're not bad. 12 tackling, 9 marking, and 10 positioning is not great. So he could play in a double pivot, or I think he's best though as an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder with a defensive midfielder behind him. I think those are his best roles. If he's able to get forward and create in the attacking half of the pitch around the box, I think that's where he's best at. And obviously his free kicks and corners are absolute masterpieces. So I highly recommend him. I pretty highly recommend Schick too. He might be tough to get from Leverkusen, but Schick's a pretty good player. He's a little inconsistent. As you can see, last match he played pretty poorly, but he's also, we look at the league, we get the Bundesliga, he is the top goal scorer in the Bundesliga over Haaland and Lewandowski. 7 more than Lewandowski. So Schick is amazing. Demirbay is the top assister in the league, second best rating in the league. Lewandowski, for only having 20 goals, has a 7.45 average rating. He must have a lot of assists. No, only 6. He's just playing well every game, just not necessarily scoring. And Livakovic is 3rd for clean sheets. So those are 3 players that I definitely recommend. Schick, Demirbay, and Livakovic. But now we have a tough couple of games against Arsenal. But like I said, I think Chelsea are better. Thomas Partey as well is suspended for this first match. So that's beneficial to us. So I think Chelsea are a better team and we beat Chelsea. So I think I have faith that we can win this tie. It's going to come down to how the front 3 perform, I think. Demirbay is always going to be great. Schick's a little inconsistent, and Bailly and Bellarabi are really not very good footballers. If I was doing this long term and I was looking to overtake Bayern Munich, I would sell every single winger at this team. Completely overhaul it. The wingers are not good. You could get a good chunk of change for Bailly, and I would sell him in a heartbeat. He's just not a good player. He's got a 7.08 on the season, but he only performs against crap teams. If he plays a competent team, he does nothing. He disappears. And you can't have that. Bailly is not a good player. I would love to sell him in a long-term save. Bellarabi, I would sell him yesterday. He is an awful player. Absolutely awful. And then their backups aren't any good either. Diaby's no good. Paulinho is horrible. So, and I would sell all the wingbacks at this club too. Weiser's gone. I would keep Bender. He's been inconsistent, but he started off really well as an inverted wingback. He might be able to hold his spot, but no other wingbacks on this team are holding their spot. Fosu-Mensah is awful. Wendel is one of the worst footballers I've ever used. Yeah, so That's how I'd rehaul this club in the long term. But right now, I think we have like, if you compare ourselves to Bayern Munich, I think we have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 players that could get any sort of game time in their team. Demirbay would definitely be he could be a starter or a heavily used rotation man. Schick would be the number 2 guy behind Robert Lewandowski. Aaron Geese would have a chance to be a rotation option. And Talk could start. He'd be challenging for a starting spot in that Bayern Munich squad. Livakovic would be clearly behind Neuer, but long-term Livakovic could be the long-term goalkeeper for Bayern Munich. But other than that, none of these other players touch their team. Bailly would, just because of his results, he would never make the team. Bellarabi would never come anywhere close to the team. None of our wingbacks would come anywhere close to the team. Binder and Tapsoba would be heavily low on the pecking order rotation players. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of talent at this team. I think we're really overachieving to be in the semifinal of the Europa League and with a chance to finish second in the Bundesliga. So that's enough to talk about that. Now we need to play Arsenal. We need to get our mindset to play one of the better teams. Let's see actually where they're at in the Premier League. They currently sit 3rd. So they're doing pretty well in the Premier League. They're pretty comfortably 3rd, but they're ahead of teams like Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea. So maybe they are better than Chelsea. They are, 16 points better in the league? Maybe this is going to be tougher than I realized. Arsenal are doing well, and I guess FM rates them pretty highly, even though they suck in real life. But let's get into it. I'm playing Aaron Geese, obviously. The rest of the team, Visor gets in over Binder because Binder's been terrible. Everyone else is the normal starter, so I rotated a little bit for the last match. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Rotated the wings. I think I actually left Bellarabi in there, but I took out Bailly. Did a little bit of rotation, but this is what I think is our best squad right now on form. Obviously, Visor's not in good form either, but it's still better than Lars Binder, so it's crap or little great crappier. I don't have much of a good choice. So this is the squad, but let's get into this game. Enough talking. It's time to play Arsenal. I'm going to say this is the first of consecutive matches against Arsenal, and we need to show them what we're made of. That got a good result. You don't get that option very often to say something like that. You rarely play 2 teams twice in a row. Everyone's motivated except for Jonathan Talbot. He seems to perform pretty much week in and week out. Both teams coming into this one in good form. How do you rate your chances ahead of kickoff? We're going to be at our very best to get something today. Arsenal are as good as they come, and they will certainly be able to cause us 1 or 2 problems. Gabriel has reigned supreme at the back for Arsenal recently. How do you throw him off his game? We're focused on what we can do as a team to beat their team. That's how football is played. It's not all versus one player. It's team versus a team. Obviously, individual players can make a huge difference, but it's more about the team performance. Who's this Allison player? Some right winger from, looks like Gremio. He's okay. Yeah, it is Gremio. Decent player, but I think we can win. I don't know if we have better players, but I think our tactic is better. So obviously, I don't know that for sure. I've never played Arsenal in the save, but I think our tactics are really good. Let's make our changes we need to make. It's left winger on Ceballos, right winger on Xhaka. Ceballos. It is a little bit of time intensive to do this every single match, but it's just totally worth it. It's made a huge difference in our defensive abilities. We're so much better defensively with that change. If you're playing this tactic, you have to do that every game. You have to. It's absolute must-have. If you're going to defend from anywhere centrally, you will get completely overrun centrally if you don't do that. As Schick goes for a pretty tough attempt. Pretty well taken, though, but it goes just over the bar. Our second highlight comes in the 24th minute. It's an Alisson free kick into Aubameyang, but a great save by Dominik Livakovic. It was hit right down and right at him, so it's a save you would expect him to make, but it's still a good save. Alisson seems to be their set-piece guy. He's their Demirbay. But I think Demirbay is better. Like, I saw it. I don't remember exactly what his numbers were for free kicks, but they weren't anything higher than Demirbay's, so I think in the battle of set pieces, Demirbay and Ta reign supreme over what Arsenal have. They don't have, like, Gabriel's not super tall. Holding's not very tall. So they don't have the best aerial attacking team. Aubameyang, Lacazette, neither of them are any tall. Any tall? Very tall. That's going to be the end of the first half. Pretty much no highlights. Do I say I'm happy? I'm kind of happy. We are at home, though, so I'm not happy. I'm not happy. We need a goal. We're at home. We should be beating them. We've not been the better team either, so that is, no, I'm not happy with this result. Not happy with this performance so far. It's not been good enough. We're going attacking, yet we're producing nothing going forward. As Bailey with a good tackle. Prove me wrong, Bailly. A good shot. Like, can't really slag him off for that, because that was a pretty good shot. It was going into the bottom right corner. The keeper just made a good save. Visor looks to be injured, and he's playing awfully. I don't know how you're playing so poorly already, but you're coming off the pitch. Lars Bender's coming on. Arias has been terrible as well. Pretty much everyone's been terrible. Bailly is actually having a competent game, which is good to see. Bellarabi is not. As I would expect. He's never proven that he's anything more than a garbage player. Arias going to Bailly. Bailly, see if he can do something here today. Prove me wrong. Prove that he deserves to start in this team. That might be a... No, it's not a penalty. It looked pretty questionable, but apparently it's a good tackle by Odegaard. And they get away with one. Very close to what might have been a penalty, but a very dangerous tackle. But he does it well. As they're looking to play from the back, that looks dangerous. Schick's going to win that into Demirbay. Back to Schick, and he has to score that. You have to score that. You have to go across the keeper there. You're never scoring at the near post. The keeper is standing at his near post. He had to go across the goal right there. There was so much goal to aim at. So much goal. He should have scored that. That is not good enough. I've praised him for being one of our better... Oh my gosh, as Arias hits the crossbar. I've praised Schick for being one of our better players. Obviously, he leads the Bundesliga in goals, but he's so inconsistent. He's so inconsistent. Bellarabi's coming off this pitch. Amiri's coming on. Look to build from the back from Bender. We need a goal. I'd be okay with not allowing an away goal, but I just really want a goal. We need to win our home leg, because I think it's going to be very tough to get a win in the away leg. We could lose 2-1 and still win the away leg, though, if we just get a goal today. I think 2-1 loss is an acceptable result away from home against this team that seems to be really good, because they're kind of handing it to us. So I'd be okay with that. We did them as much versus Bayern Munich, so I think we can do the same versus Arsenal. We can get this at least the same result, but it requires a goal here today for that to come off, because any sort of scored draw, I guess we could win with a scored draw in the next game. That might be a penalty. That looked less like a penalty than the one on Odegaard. We'll see if it is. I have no idea. I can't judge one way or the other. It's going to be close. He's having a look at the video. 71st minute. We don't have... I guess Tabzoba's a pretty good penalty taker, but he's missed one recently. It is a penalty. Wow, that is huge. I think is that Tabzoba to take it? No, it's Aaron Geese. And he scores it. I thought Tabzoba was a better penalty taker. Tabzoba has 16 penalties, but Aaron Geese is the one that feels it. He steps up to the plate, and he bangs it home. A good finish, too, into the bottom right corner. We go 1-0 up. I'm going to go positive, because I really don't want to concede an away goal. They have a set piece here, though, and Tierney is in so much space, and he should have scored that. That should have been 1-1 right there. If we could win 1-0, I'd be very happy. Aaron Geese is going to come off. He's played well. He got his penalty, but I want a more defensive option, so I'm going to bring in Baumgartlinger. Arias has been poor. I don't really have an option, though. I guess I could bring on Jedvaj. No, I can't move Bender onto the left. Bender has no idea how to play on the left. I don't have anyone that could play. I guess I could bring on Windle, but he's awful. I don't... Do I bring on Windle? Whatever his name is. Bailly's tired. Demirbay's tired, but I think we could still score another goal. I think Demirbay and Bailly might be important to that happening. I'm going to give Windle a shot. I'm going to move to balanced. We've not held the ball, but we've been pretty close, so I'll still play shorter passing, lower tempo. I'm going to waste... Do I waste time? I'm not going to waste time. I want to score another goal. I'm going to praise the team. See if that gets a good reaction. It gets no reaction. I was hoping for them to be happy and playing well, but Wendell with a good tackle. Maybe it was the right to bring him on. If we score from this, and Wendell is involved, I will look like a genius, even though he's been awful all season. Schick is through on goal, but he's offside. So close to a second goal. And that would have been a huge goal. If we could win 2-0 at home, they would have a lot to do at their place. But it doesn't look like it's going to be so. There's 5 minutes left. Let's see how close this was. He looked pretty far off. He's very far off. Dang it. 5 minutes left to get another goal. But as long as we don't concede one, I will be happy with this result. Ceballos in a lot of space. He's got a lot of space out here on the wing. Allison's in so much space, but he tries for left-hand side, and Amiri gets it. Schick is through on goal. Come on, Patrick. Come on, Patrick. Let's go, Patrick. Patrick Schick scores to put us 2-0 up. Now is when I waste time. Now is when I stop looking for the overlaps. I'm going to change the fullbacks positions. I'm going to make them on, or put them as inverted wingbacks on defend. Regroup, hold shape, slow the pace down. A little bit of that, a little bit of this. And then go to the players. Whoops, did not mean to click on Bender. You're going to play inverted wingback on defend. You're not very defensive, but you're going to play inverted wingback on defend. I'm actually going to move them all the way back to fullbacks and move my wingers back to wide midfielders and put them on support. Move Demirbay back to a central midfielder. Play him as a box-to-box. And look to defend this. See this game out. If we can get another goal, I wouldn't say no, but I'm very happy with 2-0. Amiri with a nice ball over the top. Bertrand completely misses it. Which Bertrand is that? I don't know who that Bertrand is. But he completely misses the ball. And Schick goes through and does not mess up. Who is Oh, it's Ryan Bertrand. Why do they have Ryan Bertrand? I wouldn't call that a good signing necessarily. But we win 2-0 at home over Arsenal. A wonderful result. Now we just need to not be terrible away from home, and we can go to the Europa League Final. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. 2 goals in the second half of the game, 1 in stoppage time, the 93rd minute, and a 72nd minute penalty. And Milan drew with Copenhagen, but it was at home for Copenhagen, so I don't expect them to get a result away from home, so I think that's going to be enough to see Milan through. I don't know how we fare against Milan. What did you make of the decision to award Bayer Leverkusen a penalty? I have no complaints. The decision was a correct one. I'm not sure. I don't know if that was correct or not, but now we've got them again in just a few days. 7 days, so we get a little bit of a break. That's very good. Nice breaks, get our players back to rested. Obviously, they have had a lot of fixture congestion here recently with a lot of games coming thick and fast. But we get a rest. We get time to prepare for the second leg. It's going to be difficult. I might go like I did against Bayern Munich and go a little bit more direct, a little bit more defensive. I think I am because we have something to defend now. If we can just hold on, we can lose 1-0 and it'll be fine. We get 1 away goal. They need 4. So that's right, Matt. Yeah, that's right. I was questioning my own math, but that is right. So I'm going to play a little bit defensive. Diaby be a leading Bundesliga player. I don't know about that. He's not proven anything to me that he's a competent Bundesliga player. But I'll see you in 7 days, 5 days now for the Arsenal match. Let's go. And we are back for the second leg of the semi-final of the Europa League against Arsenal. We've made a few changes to the lineup. Lars Bender has come in for Weiser. Weiser's just had an awful game last game, a 6.3, so I can't put him on the pitch. Baumgartlinger is going to come on for Aaron Geese so he can be a little bit more defensive. And I made the executive decision to bring in Diaby over Bailly. Bailly was just average against Arsenal, a 6.7. That's about as low as you can get without me throttling you for it. And Diaby was good in the last game he played, so I'm going to go with Diaby. If he doesn't get it done, Bayer can come in quickly if we need a goal. We should be able to get through without it needing a goal, though, but I'm actually going to change this. Next match only, I'm going to go slightly more direct and a higher tempo. And I'll go unbalanced. Play a little bit more counterattacking. But those are the changes I'm going to make. Let's see if we can win this match and get... Oh, man, 6.54. He's been so bad. Whatever. Let's see if we can win this match and get to a Europa League Final. We cannot allow complacency to undo all the good work done in the first leg. Go out there and treat this as if you're starting from scratch. Baumgartlinger is still aggressive, but have faith. He's motivated. Everyone's motivated. Good start. How do you feel ahead of the second match against Arsenal in quick succession? I am confident we've got what it takes here, yeah. Are you confident Julian Baumgartlinger will perform today? I certainly trust him, and I know he's working hard to get to the level we need him to be at. They're obviously in pretty decent form. They've played a game since we last saw them. We've only had a 7-day break, so we're probably a little bit more rested than they are. So that's a positive for us. We've won our last 2. Let's pause this and make the changes. They do have Thomas Partey back, so that's a big change for them. Big player for them to have in their midfield. Left wingers on Partey, right wingers on Ceballos. Mark, Thomas Partey. Mark, Danny Ceballos. And let's go. Let's kick it off at Arsenal. And we need a good result here. If we throw this away, I don't know what I'll say. I don't know what I can say about this tactic. If this tactic throws away a 2-0 lead against Arsenal, we need to win this. Demirbay can help us do that with his great set-piece deliveries. Not quite that time, but I still think there's a chance we score a set-piece goal today. And that goal would be absolutely massive. It's not going to be like that. Bellarabi, a dribbler into the bottom corner. Lino's getting there every single time. And Allison's in a lot of space here down this right-hand side. Our left-hand side, and that's a penalty. Good God, how many penalties are we going to give away? It's like the 3rd or 4th penalty in the last 3 games. What are our players doing? They're trying to throw this game away. Baumgartlinger with an absolutely horrific tackle. No idea why he even tried it. That's definitely a penalty. There was no question in my mind. That was one of the most obvious penalties I've ever seen. I don't know why that even had to go to VAR. It's a blatant penalty, and Aubameyang will step up for it. And Livakovic will save it. Dominic Livakovic. Buy that man. If you need a goalkeeper, buy that man. He's so good. He's such a good shot stopper. He has kept us in this tie. 2-1, and I would be worrying. They obviously would only need one more goal, and it would go to extra time and penalties. I do think an advantage of being in the away leg for the second match is that when you go to extra time, one goal, it's still an away goal. So one goal for you is worth more than one goal for them. So you kind of have a little bit of advantage. You have more time to get that away goal. But I still like being in the home leg second. I just still feel so much better knowing what I need to do at home. I know just how attacking I can go. I prefer going for a win over trying to hold on for holding on for a win. Like, I prefer trying to win instead of trying not to lose. As Bellerin, don't foul him. Oh, I thought they were going to foul him. It looked like a stereotypical penalty given away, but Arsenal have been all over us so far. They only have one shot on target, though, but they have a lot of XG, but a lot of that's a penalty, so that's pretty much all penalty. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Don't look at the scoreboard and think the job is done. We have to pick up where we just left off. No complacency can creep into this team. We need to be just as good as we were. Thomas Partey's a little bit tired. Odegaard's a little bit tired. That's that fixture congestion, working a little bit more on them than our team. Bellarabi, our front line's pretty tired, but they've played a lot of football too. Diaby not really as much. I don't know why he's so tired. He hasn't played well, so I think I might take him off. If they score a single goal, he's immediately coming off. Our next game is pretty soon after this, though, so I would prefer to rest what's his name? I'm blanking. I'd prefer to rest Bayi for the next match because it's like 2 days away, 3 days away, our next Bundesliga match. So I might look to arrest Diaby as well, or Demirbay as well. If we can get to the 80th minute without a goal, I'll feel comfortable taking off Demirbay. It looks like we've done that. Demirbay's coming off. I'm actually gonna move. Wait, where is he? Move Amiri into attacking mid. I'm fine with Amiri starting at right wing next game, so Bellarabi can run till he can run no more. Same for Diaby. I'm going to take off Schick. I'm going to bring on Mariano. I need to have Schick fully rested. He's just so much better than Mariano. Mariano's a better backup than what we had before, but Schick is just so much better than any other striker at this team. Do I take anyone else off? I don't remember if our next match is at home or away, so I don't know if I'm going to play Baumgartlinger or Aaron Geese. Bender's been awful. I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Jedvaj. Give him a shot at right wing back. That might be a permanent thing. I might try that permanently if he plays well there for the rest of this match. Obviously, he doesn't have a whole lot of time left to impress, but I might try him there anyways, next match anyways, just because I can. Bender sucks. Visor sucks. Fosu-Mensah sucks. Windle sucks. Maybe Jedvaj won't suck. He's been okay at center back, so maybe he can be alright at right wing back. That's my thinking. I'm going to tell the team to focus. Going to start wasting time. I'm going to make a time-wasting sub. I'm going to take Baumgartlinger off. Bring on Aaron Geese for a little bit of a run-out. And I'll bring on Fosu-Mensah. I think we've got this in the bag. We're going to play that's definitely not going to play next match. Any other changes I make? 88th minute. Okay, it's not a highlight. Never mind. Arias is going to come off. For Visor, I guess. Kind of want to take off Taw too, but I don't have another center back to play in there. I guess I'm going to bring on Windle for Arias. Bring in Visor for Jedvaj. Or other way around. Windle for Visor for you. Jedvaj can switch with Taw. Switch with Tapsoba. And if I go down, Windle can start on... Oh, I'm out of subs. Well, never mind. I guess Arias can come off because he's on a yellow. No, he's not on a yellow. I thought he was on a yellow. I'd rather rest... I'd feel more comfortable playing Jedvaj than I would playing any other fullback other than Arias. So I'm going to bring on Windle for Arias. See this game out. We are advancing to the final of the Europa League. We have done it. We held on to our lead. Didn't allow a goal. They had 10 shots, but only 2 on target. This tactic is strong defensively. All they had was the penalty. Other than that, they didn't do much. We didn't do much either, but we did what we needed to do. We held firm and are on our way to a Europa League final. I'm happy with how this tie went. We won the first leg and then went on to finish the job here. Can't say congratulations on going to a final. Not many people would have predicted a Europa League final place for Bayer Leverkusen. So how good does this moment feel? I'm chuffed. We might not have been everyone's favorites, but we had a quiet belief among ourselves that we could challenge, and look at us now. I'd agree with that. I had a quiet belief that maybe we could get to at least the semi-final of the Europa League. I didn't know if we'd be able to get any further. I didn't look. I think Milan just won. I didn't pay attention. Yeah, Milan did win, as I expected. So we will be playing Milan in the final on the 26th. Livakovic, man of the match. He saved the penalty. Goalkeeping was a joy to behold. There's 4 games left, and I think that's going to be 2 different episodes. Second episode is going to be a little bit bigger than the first, depending on how these first 2 matches go, how Leipzig get on. Their next 2 matches are pretty tough. If you look at their schedule, they have to face Dortmund and then Wolfsburg, 8th and then the 5th. Then they get an easy one against Berlin. So they probably will be winning that Berlin match, so I kind of need them to drop points against Dortmund or Wolfsburg. And we need to win our next 2 games. Alternatively, our next 2 games are a little bit easier. Werder Bremen, who are 11th, and Union Berlin, who are 13th. So we play 2 of the 3 same teams, Berlin and Dortmund, but Werder Bremen, they've already played and they beat pretty comfortably. It is away from home, so it's going to be difficult. Union Berlin is at home. That should be a locked-on win. If we don't win that match, we're not finishing second. I'm just going to say that right now. Werder Bremen, I think we can drop a point and still be okay. Drop 2 points, that is. Drop 2 points, that is. I think we can drop 2 points and draw and still be okay. But if we win both of those, I'd feel pretty good. I think they're dropping some points in their next 2 matches. Whether it's 2 or 3, I don't know. I don't think they're going to lose both. But they could definitely lose one or draw one of the 2. So if they do that and we win our next 2 matches, we finish second. Then we have a chance at a Europa League Final against AC Milan. So I will see you next episode for Werder Bremen and Union Berlin. 2 big matches in the Bundesliga. Hopefully 2 big wins. If you've made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.